Alright, we gotta play this quickly. Yes, time will probably be a factor. 2 Shadow Imps is excellent. We're gonna get rid of Vanishing, Siren Song, keep the Erase. Do we even want the Erase, actually? It is a draw 2 that costs 1. I'm not in love with it. But we want to draw 2, and we want to keep the Shadow Imp, so I guess it's just pitch, Siren Song, pitch, Vanishing. Ideally, we would love to find Juggernaut. Like, if we could open Shadow Imp, Juggernaut, that would be quite nice. Shadow Imp attack, Juggernaut, that is. Excellent. Alright, we got a good deck. We got a good draw. Hopefully they didn't draw their consumes. Whew. Drain Essence. Alright. How about a second Shadow Imp? Drain Essence could certainly be worth it there, because the Shadow Imps will represent a lot of damage throughout the course of the game that aren't vulnerable to board clears. Return Shadow Imp first. Show those two. Unfortunately, we don't actually have a good off-turn play. We can just play Shadow Imp and then use Erase on the Shadow Imp to draw 2, which is probably what we'll do if our opponent does nothing terribly scary. But we'd more than happily just go to our turn. Thankfully, unless they drew Consume, we know they don't have it, otherwise they would have used it on a Shadow Imp. And also, thankfully, we do have the time advantage right now, which means we have more time to think through our play lines in case this game does go to time, which it did last time, so it's absolutely a real possibility. So, in this matchup, we're specifically looking for our zeros, Shadow Imp, Warrior Golem, Force Mage Apprentice. We'll erase that, yeah. And we'll go ahead and second wind while we have a discard pile. Shadow Imp first, because if we get through our deck, that's what we want back first. There's a draw 2, good stuff. So WWW's version of Kark seems to be significantly more mid-range based, with like Warrior Golems, Noble Unicorns, and Royal Escorts, whereas Atlantis deck is significantly more board cleared based and more hard control. And since WWW is playing cards that are vulnerable to like Kong and Sea Titan, it's a significantly better matchup for us than it is against Atlanta. If our opponent does nothing here, we probably do nothing. If they do something, we'll probably Shadow Imp, attack, play Misguide Herald, look specifically for the next Juggernaut or Steel Golem. Okay, we're fine here. Alright. Another thing we could do is Helion to steal his Noble Unicorn to attack for 6, or we could just drop our Kong. Helian's the most likely to get damage through. And with Helian Juggernaut, our opponent absolutely wants to board clear anyway, so Kong's not that valuable. So I think I will just steal the Noble Unicorn and attack with that. Because Warrior Steel Golem isn't a good answer here because it just gets blocked. Juggernaut's only okay. Yeah, we'll take it. Return Shadow Imp, so we have to show less cards, and we will hide our ambush champion. This is the most likely, I think, to get damage through, and getting damage through against Kark is one of the most important things, so that's why we're taking this line. We're also not taking Kong because, once again, if we have the only champions in play and they're both one-cost champions, it's significantly more likely that our opponent will board clear us. They'll still probably board clear, but at least they have to lose their Noble Unicorn along with it. But it's probably a Divine Judgment or a Martial Law here. I don't think we saw a Martial Law last time. Inheritance of the Meek, sure. So I really want to draw cards with Warrior Golem, since it's our only card draw. I also really want it in play as a threat, but I don't want to run out of card draw and just run out of steam. We drew Siren Song, so we would have drawn into card draw, but I think I'm fine with just doing this. And then we'll Shadow Imp attack, Misguided Herald, get back Shadow Imp, hopefully find some Blitzer. Yeah, we absolutely want to get keep our, excellent there at the Juggernaut. We specifically put these in here for this matchup. And a Warrior Golem. Alright. Then we have Surprise Attack Kong. Things are looking very good for us. But as you can see, why I specifically added the third copy of Juggernaut in here, it's been doing so much work this game against Kark. And the Shadow Imps have been excellent too. We're not gonna Siren Song that. Correct. We also couldn't, even if we wanted to. The deck has really been able to keep pressure on the board, absolutely, yeah. It's been going quite well for us. Alright, that only stops 3 damage. If we wanted to, we could Siren Song. We still can't Siren Song it because of Royal Escort. Okay. That's not an option. And we're not going to Warrior Golem here because, once again, we're afraid of board clears. Warrior Golem plus Shadow Imp off turn is potentially lethal. We're almost certainly surprise attacking Kong in. If we could find a Force Mage, that would be excellent for that direct damage. If our opponent just board clears, we might have to Siren Song to draw 2. Alright, that's not a board clear. Okay. But yeah, this version of Kark is very similar to the version that Tatian used in Worlds, which Tatian decided he wasn't necessarily a huge fan of. And yeah, we're just using our second winds immediately, so we can get the recycles in. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have a 1-cost Sage card to use with Shadow Imp yet. There's the Amnesia, which is exactly why we've been aggressively using our second winds. Because if we would have had second winds just sitting in our hand, unable to recycle, that would be not good, to put it mildly. Oh, excellent. Excellent draw. Alright. This is very bad for my opponent. They basically have to board clear. And then we have Shadow Imp, Warrior Golem into Misguide Herald, I think. No, we're not going to Warrior Golem. The reason I was considering, you're getting close to being able to play Karkin Wind. Yeah, that's true. We're getting pretty close with our health gain. The reason I'm considering... Yep. Yep. Alright. Pass. The reason I'm considering playing Warrior Golem first, before playing Misguide Herald, is in case we hit exactly Sea Titan. So we could return our Warrior Golem to hand after it attacked, but... Now that our opponent definitely has spent their gold, we're definitely just playing attacking with Shadow Imp, playing Misguide Herald, and then there's a bunch of good things we can hit. Ice Drake, Helion, Sea Titan, a third Juggernaut. There's Ice Drake. We'll show Shadow Imp and Warrior Golem to get Noble Unicorn out of our way. If Kong connects, we almost certainly win. We have a Siren Song, we have a Wolfspite. Unfortunately, if we play Siren Song, we won't have loyalty for Warrior Golem, and we won't have a card draw effect. What we can do, though, is use Wolfspite on Misguide Herald, in theory, which would break Misguide Herald and let us recycle the Misguide Herald we just broke and the Misguide Herald in our discard pile. There's Brand. I think we do just take it. And then we definitely have cards in our hand, our discard pile to recycle. There we go. That's one Kark down. But since this one is a lot more champion focused than Atlanta's, it's a much better matchup for us because our Kongs and Sea Titans can actually do things. Against Atlanta, our Kongs and Sea Titans can't really do anything.